my friends, and welcome to the channel. This is Nintova, and we are going to play a little bit of Fallout 4. And my intent with this is to show you what I do in about the first 4 hours. We're going to break this up into basically 1 hour segments. So we'll get 4 episodes in this, go over a few things, and just show you what a person who has an awful lot of time in this game, a way of doing it, my way of doing it. And you can choose to do it or not, but I will at least show you a blueprint for what will get you through as a first-time player, be able to experience the game and get the most out of it from a first playthrough without too much problem at all. The first thing that we're going to do is look in our settings, and I would say the first thing you want to do is you can change your HUD, your heads-up display, and your Pip-Boy color. Now, the Pip-Boy color, I would certainly change it to something brighter than it is. And the reason is that this determines what your Pip-Boy light is going to do for you. And if it's a darker color, you're not going to get much light from it. So I tend to run mine a little bit darker. This doesn't look like it, but it actually shows up green, like a really light green on my screen. And then this is just the color of your heads-up display. I like the gold color because it stands out against all the other colors, and it's not common in the wasteland, so I run mine sort of a golden color. Next, I have no mods in this. This is going to be with 0 mods going on. I usually play with a lot of them, but this time, just so that it looks and will feel exactly like what you would see in an unmodified game, we're going to do that. And then I'm going to load, because I'm going to show you something else as well, what I would suggest doing. And this is my own personal playthrough that I'm going through. For the love of all that's holy, when you go through the beginning part of the game and it has all those cutscenes and everything, do yourself a favor, wait for the door to go to the top before you enter, save it right here, because you can just simply enter in right here and start a new game. And you won't have to go through about 40 to 45 minutes worth of basically a tutorial area that's just and a super long cutscene where you have no interaction at all. And it's, once you've seen it once, you don't really want to see it again. And the reason we save it here is because when I enter forward, I am presented with the opportunity to change everything about me, from my appearance to my special to my name. I'm going to change this. Because I'm a nerd and I love the Deus Ex games. JC Denton is the main protagonist in one of my favorite games ever. This is what I'm going to be running as far as my stats go. And I will do an explanation here of what we're looking at. So you can have a maximum of 10 points, and you can take it down to, excuse you, why are you, I did accept. There. Okay, so I should be able to go here. And I should be able to take it down. You can go as low as 1. You can go as high as 10. Wouldn't go to 10 because you have bobbleheads in the world, and they provide a 1. So really the most that you would want to go is a 9. And then you'll get a bobblehead that'll push it to a 10. In very certain circumstances, very specific circumstances, you can push something, a starting stat, beyond that, but it involves holding points, and I wouldn't suggest doing that. So we're going to go with a strength of 3. Strength determines how much you can carry, and it also determines how much melee damage you do. All well and good if you're a melee character, and that's great. 3 is sufficient, and well, I will have no problems attacking with melee, and I use melee an awful lot early game because I like to save bullets, so I use my melee weapon. Now, the carry weight is all well and good, but the breakdown is like this. For every 1 point of strength, you do 10% more melee damage, and you can carry 10 pounds more. So if I was to take it like this at 30 pounds is what I can carry, right? Well, there's a perk that's inside of Charisma that is very, very beneficial, and I will show you this real quick. Zip it over. There's a builder online that you can utilize, and if you hover over it, it shows you what it does. So the perk that in question is this one, Lone Wanderer. If I'm questing alone, then I take 15% less damage, and I can carry 50 pounds more. That's the equivalent of 5 ranks more in strength. So if there was a problem, then you can solve it with just 1 point, and you're actually taking less damage as well, with the caveat that you're by yourself. Now, by yourself does not include the dog. So when you have dog meat with you, you're still considered by yourself. And I've never determined if that also is inclusive of a robot. I don't believe so, um, but I don't really ever run into weight problems, to be honest with you, even at a 3. I'm pretty good about not, being overloaded, and I loot everything. I'm just a rabid looter when my game is modded. In this game, I'm a little more careful because I can't break down as many things as I would in a modded game. So this is where my stats are. I use this one. You can also include the books and they'll tell you what it is, like so. But I actually have my own that I have created. Pardon me. And that is this guy right here. And I have it laid out so you can see my level up path and what I'm going to be doing. And it takes me from 1 to 60. Uh, I've got a character that's well into the hundreds, but that's only because I choose to be that way. You will finish the game outright before any of this. I mean, around 60 could be doable because we're having 2 ranks in Idiot Savant, which will accelerate our leveling a little bit. But yeah, for the most part, this is going to be overkill. But this is what I would suggest doing for a new player, and how to level it up, and you will have a fairly smooth, intuitive experience with your playthrough. So I will throw this over here, and why don't we go ahead and we will accept this. I get on this screen here, and we're done, and then finish and exit the vault. Up and out we go.
Enjoy your return to the surface, and thank you for choosing Vault Tech.
So when we come out, we're going to be faced with the world. Right off the bat, we'll go over a few things that you may be aware of and may not be aware of, and we'll discuss those real quick after his vision clears and he's able to do anything. Or she, if you are a she. Looks a lot different than when we went in here, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. So, a couple of things. First off, you can interact with things in the world, and up here is certainly no different than that. And the game is, at its base, is a gathering game for gathering materials for improving items, improving your settlements, and all of that good stuff. So to that end, I just want to make you aware that certain things like this, it looks like it's buried in the ground, but you can grab it and pick it up and carry it. So like that, you can grab it, you just hit it once and it stays on there. What I would suggest doing is, if you need the materials, and this is where steel, just take it and throw it down there. Now I'm just going to leave it and let it fall there, and it'll gather down there, and then you can grab it from here and drag it up into your settlement. So that one, if I remember right, is worth 2 steel. We're going to have some things in here. You can pick this up. It's got plastic. Plastic has its uses, but early game not so much, not as much. So we'll grab all of these real quick. These you can grab as well. And so you just pick it up. This is worth 2 steel and 2 wood, which is very useful early game. And there's quite a few of these here so that you can get a good little leg up on getting materials that you need. And then finally, for things that you can interact with, you can see these drums. The closed top drums, you can't do anything with those. The open top, like this guy, I can pick up, but you walk very slow. And that is worth 6 steel. And the rubber as well, and you do need rubber for certain things. That's the Wasteland's friend right there. Those are worth a lot. You're going to want to grab all the ashtrays and stuff that you find for the porcelain. You need that for a lot of the electronic stuff. And then while we're here, pardon me, instead of going straight into the settlement real fast, I want to show you something that's somewhat close and give you an explanation of what's going on with that. So we're going to go up here, and then we're going to go up this ridge right here. We're going to find a little cache of stuff here. So you're going to find some water. So dirty water, purified water, and you're going to see this symbol. This symbol simply means that there is a cache nearby. So anytime you see this symbol anywhere in the world, look around because there's going to be something that's going to give you items nearby. So we've grabbed that. Then over here, we're going to go further down the road, and there's to the left is going to be a mole rat, and a few mole rats really that are going to be over there, but we're going to go here, and they'll be up along that ridge, and over here is where you'll find them at. But we're going to go over here to basically aiming to this tower that's here, and then go this direction. You're going to see these right here, and around the corner of this rock we are going to find ourselves a little shelter. Grab those and these. They are both for recipes. This one, the blood leaf, is for an EXP recipe. Now granted, it's only 2% EXP and it requires squirrel bits, which are pretty rare, but you can find them. So first thing we're faced with is doing a little bit of lock picking. It's irritating time waster, but you know, it's not difficult. You can see, but the oil right there and that is wonderful. That's what we want. Those things are super useful to have. Now heading back out to where this tower is at, there's going to be a random encounter that's always in the same spot, but it is random. You just never know what you're going to get. And it's going to be near this lean-to that's right here. The random encounter is right there, and it looks like a guy that's going to want some water. And do I have... Oh, we just picked up water. We're in a great spot. That's perfect. So I'm going to put my weapon up so he doesn't get scared. We're going to loot this really quick first. A place to sleep if you were so inclined, but be aware at that tower right there is raiders, which is a great early source of getting items and things, but...
Please. I'm so thirsty. Could you spare any water?
Yes, sir.
Of course. Here you go. Let's do this! What the?
I know, dude. These people are cray-cray. Nothing I really want. You want to trade nasty? That's fine. You really don't have anything I want. It's unfortunate. I was hoping for at least some armor, but no, not so much. That poor guy got hurt, but he lived. Take the armor, or not the armor, the ammo, but yeah, that's unfortunate. So one thing also, you can see how hurt I am, and I didn't use any of my healing things because I can simply sleep. Sleep 1 hour and you will get your hit points back, just like so. So now from here, let's grab this too because it's going to have some hide, which is leather. Grab that. I don't care about the glass so much right now. Now right down here is the final spot we're going to go to for purposes of before we head into town, and there's going to be a couple of bugs that are going to be in the water, And then right here is going to be some things for us to get. Now keep in mind, we are going to get irradiated when we go here. So let's just go here and see if we can't take care of him. There's another one that's over here, and I think I would rather take care of that first before I start messing with radiation. Yeah, I'm going to get radiated anyway. So I'm going to make a mad dash in here. Right here is ammo. Take the clipboard. There's going to be a helmet right here. Go inside, loot that, and get your buns out of there. Because that's what we want to do. Now I'm going on the shallow part so I don't take the damage from the stream. Our first pick that we're going to take at level 2 is going to be Aqua Boy after we get our book. And I'm going to show you really quick what this looks like over here. Grab this and take it up into town. And then we'll be able to break it down for materials. So here we are, going into town. We will, I'm not having any kind of luck with anything inside of these lootables. That's unfortunate. But that's how it rolls sometimes. Sometimes you just got to deal with it. And we'll grab that and that. We're going to go grab our book in just a second, but since I'm here already, I might as well grab all these things and clean it out. Now you can leave it in here, and when you break it down, when you go to clean the town, and you're in settlement building mode, all of this stuff, if there was something inside of this and I broke that down, it will go into your workbench. So you're not losing anything by doing it. It just disappears and you think, oh no, I didn't get a chance to grab that. You do have it. It's inside of your workbench now. So we're going to go over here and avoid Codsworth.
Bingo.
Grab my book. And then this book right here, and it's gonna, the first points that I'm gonna put into it is endurance. Grab that and those. Anything new? Good. That's gracious. Well, I got right away. That's nice. That's expensive to buy and super useful. That's why we're taking Aqua Boy as our one of our first ones. Okay, let's get these guys ticked off at us. We're looking to do this stuff first before. Oop. Yep, gotcha. I'm going to grab the meat because we're going to end up cooking that. Getting experience points for it. And I'm going to put all this stuff basically inside of the workbench when I've got it. Good. We're in here. Jeez, just terrible. In my own personal playthrough of this, man, I was hooked up by this point. I had all kinds of good stuff going on. But, you know, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. So we're going to go around the back here. And we're going to go in the cellar. This is a place where you can sleep. And there's also gold bars in here. There's things to grab. A lot of cans to grab as well, which is steel or aluminum, depending on what kind of can you get, I suppose. So going through here, I'm going to grab that. That's steel and wood. I look at everything and I see their components. That's kind of how I play this game now. Like I say, I don't need the glass right now. I'll just grab that garbage, so I'll show you where I put that stuff, and actually these two, because those are full. Won't be able to open
really
that.
Strong.
One back there, can right there, and here, up here, and we are good. We'll go ahead and rest because we're here, and that will heal our hit points back up, though we've taken radiation damage. Then when we come out, we're going to go on top of the roof to a duffel bag. You just climb this log right here, fallen tree. And right up top, you've got this guy right here. And then what we're going to do is go back here. There's going to be a dog and a raider, and then a dead raider that we will need to loot. Oh, I forgot about you guys. That's fine. Hey, excuse your face. Thank you. That's just more things to cook. I don't know where the other guy went to. He disappeared. But as you can see, I use my beat stick quite a bit early on. Hey, there we go. There's some armor that we want. Right here. Grab that and him. And then we're going to go this way. We'll have some more pups that we got to deal with. Don't have to if we don't want to. We can skirt the water. Not deal with them if we wanted, but I look at experience and I say, yes, please. So let's do that. These guys can be tough. Very nice. And that is fortuitous, so we're going to go ahead and take our level up, and our first point will go into Aqua Boy right here. And now we can breathe underwater, and we don't take any radiation damage from water whatsoever. That is just wonderful stuff. All right, so now we're going to head down here, and we're going to get some leather leggings. Oh, we got the one piece of leather, so let's throw that bad boy on. Leather right arm, and what I'm wearing is better than this stuff. I'll put the hat on though, why not? Got an army helmet, that's worth 10 damage resistance. It's actually better. This is only 1 endurance. I'll take the hardcore thing. Right here is lootable right here, so you can go and it's raider stuff, which better than nothing, but you always will have those two right there. And so that's a good deal. So we'll put those on. Leather leg. And yeah, the right arm. So we need a left arm and the chest. And now we look ridiculous. And finally, one of the things that irritates me about this game is the scavenger guys. For whatever reason, they're always hostile. I don't even try and negotiate with them. They just get upset at you, and then you got to fight them anyway. To run up and take them out. I try to be peaceful with them, and it just doesn't work. They're never peaceful. They just want to get a piece, so I give them a piece. That's what I do. Very nice. We're going to go up here, and we're going to grab his stash. Right there. Red roach meat. And then we don't want to mess about too much over here. There's Mirelurks, which at our level and our weapons is a harder fight than we really want to deal with. There's no reason to, it's avoidable, so we're going to do that. But what we are going to do is go up to the scrapyard up here, and we're going to get ourselves a little something something. Put that up. There's going to be a big gnarly robot here, but don't worry, he is deactivated. I'm going to go in through here, go to the left, and right here is a fat man. And even cooler is there's ammo for it in here, as well as some flame ammo. Ooh, I'll take that. Not bad. There's the robot. And then over here is where the ammo is at for this. Now, it can be a pain in the rear to pick up sometimes, so just be aware. Sometimes you got to bump into it to make it to where it can be lootable. I don't know why it's always like this, but it is. It's just a pain in the rear. Give me that. I don't want to hit it. I want to die. That would suck. There we go. You just run over it until it moves, and then you can pick it up. Just kind of goofy. Go here. Get that. That. If you go in here, you can see about the robot out there and different stuff and things, but I'm not going to deal with that. We're going to go out here to the armor, power armor over here, where everybody loves to get their first power armor at. I'm only picking it up because I want the frame, because I'm going to be able to have a second suit really quickly, actually. So here's the power armor right here. If you come here with dog meat will lose his mind and start attacking those guys, because he's bloodthirsty like that. We're going to go over here and loot a chest. And then finally, we'll go over here, get some leather off of this cow, and we will loot the stump. There's a stump with a little thing inside of it right over here. Then we'll leave. We're not really interested in dealing with those guys. Now, there will be some bugs, again, that might try and come and get us. They might be on us already. Some bumping into stuff. Looks like we didn't draw their ire this time. That's wonderful. Go down here. We're going to start working our way back, but we're getting exploration areas. There's going to be people to fight over here if we continue on that direction. Not a bad thing, but I want to head basically this direction here. Where that is at, there's going to be a lootable inside of here, and then there's going to be this where this guy had a problem. We're going to go ahead. There should be more. It's never just that. Did I get you? I didn't. Oh, yeah, there we go. Sometimes you can attack the hole, and you will actually get them before they actually get away. Is that all of y'all? I believe it is. All right. And then we've got this fella here. I'll just take all this stuff. Why not? Got that. We'll go over here and deal with this. There's going to be a kind of a broken safe right here. We'll grab that. We've got ourselves a weapon. How we look at hit point wise? Good.
Shoot them! Shoot them all!
Yep. I like pulling back and letting them come to me with that. Otherwise, they're all in the trees and it's a pain. You're not funny. You're not funny at all. Okay. Lost track of where I had him. That stuff's sellable, but not even really good sell value, to be honest. It's sort of not worth grabbing a bunch of their garbage. I'm not going to worry about that other guy. What we are going to do is go up here, though, to another little secret. Now, the first thing we'll do is grab the stuff that's here. His gun and the ammo. Then those, and then jump up here, and you're going to find some stuff right here. Now there's this, and you can see it's Loctite, but if you follow this hose down to the water, you're going to find a vacuum pump that's going right there. So we'll go ahead and click this right here. And then that's turned off, and we can now loot it. Bada bing, bada boom. Not bad. Now we'll head back. Where you at? I know you're around. There's always this guy, and there's always a dog over here, and there's always, there he is. These guys. Man, I am just swinging a miss. They call me the Cobra when I play baseball, because I coil up and strike. That's what I do. Excuse your face. There we go. Looking good. I'll let the other guy run. This guy, because it takes an awful lot. They're basically bullet sponges. They got a lot of hit points that I don't want to deal with. So, the one dog that'll be over here, though. Where you at, pup? There you are. Excuse you. I know it's terrible and all, but I got to murder your face. All right. Let's go up here. I'm a blocking. Oh, look at that. Oh. We're looking pretty good. But what we want to do before we head out on this next leg is loot the duffel bag right here. Then we are going to go around the corner and get the dog looted and the guy looted right here. Then we're going to drop the power armor off, because I'm about to go get me a full set of power armor in just a minute here. Nice. Knew it. Might as well kill the rad roaches while we're here. So one in the doorway right here. And then one over at this house right here. And then two inside the house over here, against the wall, in the kitchen sort of area. I don't need to go in that one. This is the one I want right here. See the guy on the wall, but there's also one that's going to come out from the bottom. So we'll grab those guys and take care of that. Oh, so close.
Got it.
Military fatigues, that's not a bad deal. Those have good stats on them. Alrighty then, we've got that. Might as well take the last of the bugs out then, while we're thinking about it. And they're going to be in this house right here. 3 of them, if I recall. What up, Mr. Bug? Bunch of stuff to get hung up on. They don't have any troubles, obviously. I mean, come on now. Dude! I mean, that guy's agility score was through the roof. That's all I know. Here. Excuse you. I don't need you anyway. I didn't want you. I honestly didn't. Back here, and this one. Oh, Well, I busted you right quick, didn't I?
Nice.
I went ham on it. That's terrible. Could be a little more gentle. There's a gun over here. All right, let's go ahead and drop this off real fast. Just gonna put it right here. One thing I would say, when you get out of power armor anywhere, get inside of it, take the fusion core out. If you don't, the people in your town are just gonna hop into it and start going crazy. They're just gonna have themselves a good time, and they'll run it out of power, and then it'll just suck. So I clicked into this, and I'm gonna exit back out and then transfer. That way I can store all my junk. And then I'm going to go to my aid, and the blowfly meat we'll put in here, the blood leaf. These are all recipe driven items. I know that those are used in recipes, so is that. That one's already cooked. Flowers are recipes. Jet is in a recipe. Mentats are in a recipe. Now you can tell if it's cooked or not because this one actually doesn't have any radiation when you eat it. See, this one does, 7 radiation. This one does not. It just has benefits. So anytime you cook something, it takes the badness essentially out of it. And you can click into this. I want that one back. Where do you go? I want you. And you are not cooked. Nuke Cherry doesn't have anything to it. Psycho does. Water, of course, does. I'm going to keep one around just in case I run across another random incident like that one guy. Putting that in and that in. Potato for sure in, and that is it for that. All right. So we're going to real quick get ourselves a down and dirty system set up in here. So we're going to get rid of these items just for storing stuff. I want to be able to put things away, know where they're at, and be organized basically right off of Jump Street. And so that's going to involve getting rid of a lot of this. I don't need this stuff. I don't want this stuff. Do not, under any circumstances, get rid of these. Any of your workbenches and stuff like that, because otherwise you will not be able to put them back until you put a lot of points into perks that you don't really need for a long while. So just be careful. Okay, and then let's get you here. That's fine. I'm going to go over here and we're going to grab something real fast right here. Oh, and here's this. We can break it down. And if you look, 2 steel for free. All we had to do is carry it. That does not suck. I believe this is the larger one, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So I will slap you right here. We'll go grab the other one. There are 2 in town, and they cost more resources to make than it would just to take the free one and use it. So why wouldn't we, right? This guy right here. And if we're lucky, this one will be a smaller one. If not, we'll deal with it. It's random for whatever reason. I thought it would be static. It's always a small or whatever, but it's been my experience that it just kind of, can be or maybe not. It is this time, which is wonderful. Move this back real quick and then move this over where I want. Oh, you know what? Fine, it's picky. Get out of the way, and then I will just do this. Now, get yourself in there. There's that. go grab the cook station real fast. As we're, getting things done in a sort of fast fashion, I suppose. Cook station, we're picking that up and grabbing it and taking it over here. And then if you look, that's what you sit on. So we put it basically like so. I like putting it right there. And then finally, let's go grab the chem station real quick. Chem station is for making different grenades and certain items, syringer things. It can be quite useful. A lot of mods actually use it for making like armor for dog meat and stuff like that as well. Just depends. This thing's goofy though. You would think when you spin it around, you would think that'd be the front. It looks like the front's got a door and all that kind of stuff, but it's not. That's the front side for whatever reason. And what that means is when you interact with the station, that's the side you're going to stand on. So if I had it spun around the other way, I'd be standing out here working with it and doing things instead of looking normal like I'm not a dork. Which I mean I am, but they don't need to know that. Okay, so we've got that done. So now let's see if I've got enough materials to put these in real quick. So I like doing this. You can do it however you like. I'm super organized as far as that goes. And I like putting these guys right here. That's things that I've cooked in the cook station. That's food that is in the world, like cram and all that kind of stuff that's not part of any recipes. And that is liquids that are the same way. And then in here, I like to put this, whoops, a little too far, put this right here for any chems and stuff that are other. Then over here, we will put this for the armor and stuff, and then that would be for the mods, stuff like that, if I want to put the mods in its own separate place. And then finally, well, not finally, we got a couple more things, but this is going to go right here, and this is where I put all explosive items like the Fat Man and all the ammo for it, any mines, any grenades. I like separating them. All the other weapons will go up in here. This is my weapon bench. That's where all the weapons I find go. This is where all the armor goes. And so now let's see if we got enough. We're going to keep on going until it tells me, dude, you're out. So we're going to put this right here. With certain mods, like Place Anywhere, you can make it look really nice and neat right there, but this one you got to pull it out just a little bit. It won't be as clean. But, it's there. That's all we care about. So this is for legendary weapons. This is for legendary armor. This is for miscellaneous stuff. And then I like putting several of these down here. You know what? I'm not going to place anymore because my next point goes into Idiot Savant, which actually will give me potential to get more EXP by doing what I'm doing. So let's go ahead and be smart about it. Throw that in there. These guys. That's one right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw a bed in real quick for myself. Just in case there's like rad storms or something like that coming. and I don't have to sit and take rads from it and endure it. I'll just, where's the picture right there? So on the beds right here, all these raggedy ones, they look like they would be the cheapest ones, but in point of fact, this one is the cheapest bed to make, and it's the best looking one. Now it's a bit large, but we can deal with that. So that's fewer materials, it looks nicer. I'll take that every day of the week. And then finally, I like to put in this right here. And then put this over. You're not in the way, are you, Codsworth? Because, you know, McFoolio, you have a way of getting in the way. Excuse you. Put that in there for holding my magazines. And then finally, we're going to get this. And I may not be able to build it because it takes fiberglass. Yeah, it takes fiberglass. So we'll build that whenever we get some fiberglass. That's fine. So now we're done with that. After I've done all those stuff and things, I like to throw a save down. So let's go ahead and do that. And now, let's talk to Codsworth.
As I live and breathe. Oh, it's really you.
It really is.
Codsworth? You're still here.
Man, I look like an idiot. It looks terrible.
Other people could still be alive too. But of course I'm still here. Surely you don't think a little radiation.
Look like Trevor Lawrence if he started hanging out with Aaron Rodgers and taking mushrooms. He is just tripping balls. The heck is going on with that?
See you in that state, Where is the missus, by the way? She's in a better place. Sir, these things you're saying, these terrible things, I believe it's been 8.
I'm going to bust through that.
Sean's.
I don't want to listen to this. We want to make this fast. So you can
Doesn't matter how long.
you can read them and go through it all that good stuff. You okay?
Codsworth, you're acting.
This is also part of the training, teaches you how to do like charisma checks for conversations, that kind of stuff.
Sure. Uh-huh. Stay with me, pal. Mm-hmm. I did. Thank you, Codsworth. You're welcome. Uh-huh. Now, enough feeling sorry. Right. Shall we search the neighborhood?
I already looked.
Codsworth, I already looked.
Then because I wanted all the EXP for myself.
Thanks for trying. You can't give up. Thanks for your help, Codsworth. Good luck, sir. I shall remain.
All right, let's go ahead and make it daytime. Because watching videos at night is terrible. Why did I do that? Why? Because I wasn't thinking, that's why. You ask too many questions. You need to keep that to yourself. There we go. Now we're at daytime, and we should have enough time to sneak this in under the wire. Oh, you know what? Let's put our things up. Let's make sure we're doing this right. So, oh, very nice. It had something in it. So this is where my weapons are, so we're going to do that. I'm going to get rid of both of those. I don't need them right now because I'm about to replace them. No replacements of that. I'm still fine. I'm better with what I've got, honestly. So let's do that. Done there. We'll go to here, and this is the cooked items. So that would be you are grilled and you are cooked. You are the prepared food that's in the world. So like you and you and you. Salisbury steak, then the yum yums. And then you are all the booze, the Nuka cherry, and the whiskey. We'll leave that the way that is. Very, very nice. Go up here and into my miscellaneous. We'll throw these in here for now. Oh, you know what? Actually, I can take you and put you where you go. Store all the junk. Just making sure that we're not carrying too much. That's basically what we're doing. We don't want to be overloaded. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this over here. This will stink. This will be the Fat Man, the grenades, and those right there. We're fine. And then we'll come over here, put our magazines up. Right here. Very nice. Now let's head out. Did a nice sweep of this area all around us, and we're going to finish that off with the stuff in the close area. We're going to get ourselves a new weapon. Well, new weapons. We'll get 2 weapons, actually. We'll get a full set of power armor and a few odds and ends, and we'll get dog meat. So let's go greet the dog first. We already did this up here, right? And did the other. Oh, man. Is it going to be a rad storm now? I think it is. That sucks. Oh, what do you do? I know, dog meat. Where you at, fool? What's up, dude?
Hey, boy. What are you doing out here all by yourself?
Let's go.
You want to come with me, pal?
We have a history of being dog owners, and in point of fact, before the bombs dropped, if you go to the dog food bowl that's in your home and click on it, it talks about how you lost your dog, basically. He ran off, and you're not sure where he's at. So it's, I don't know if it's like dog meat sort of takes that role. Maybe. Grab those, grab that, this. All of those, and that. Now, when you have dog meat with you, he's going to howl and stuff like that because he's found things. Even things that you might have put in there, he's going to act like he found it, and he's going to tell you about it. It'll drive you nuts, but it's what he does. He's trying to be helpful. And we'll go here. All right. Now, normally I would go inside of the cave, but I want to get my weapon and then go in there. I don't want to be punching things or shooting things with my 10 mil. Save that. I'm an ammo hoarder. So from here, this is the red rocket. We're going to go up here towards the tower, the water tower. So, get some things to loot here. First is this. The second is these. See this one right here in the middle? You can see it's laying across that. If you loot any of these around the outside edge first, that's going to drop through the world. So grab that one first. I don't know why it does that, but it does it every stinking time. Now from here, from the water tower, we're going to go backtrack a little bit. There's going to be an open safe over here with some items in it. Right there. Okay, back to the tower. And then from the front side of the tower, there's like what looks to be a door right here. Face directly away from it. That's going to point you towards these outcrop of trees. And right here on the ground is going to be a chest to loot. Right here. All right, I'm already wearing that. Did it give me a weapon? A usable weapon? We're about to get one in it. Yeah, just a pipe pistol. Talking's hard. So we could go to the farm, Abernathy Farm, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go over here to this rock outcropping. Right here. And you can see the tallest rock. And we're going to just to the left of that rock as we're running towards it. This is where we will find our new and improved melee weapon, which is the machete. It's always here. Ooh, we did pretty good there. I believe we got some replacement armor. I don't really care for the raider stuff. And I'm just going to drop you because I don't care about you. I just don't. And right over here. Now, if you leave these guys alone, they'll leave you alone. But dog meat being dog meat, he's going to do dog meat things. This is what he does. So then from here, after you loot that, and there's that body that's there, right? You saw the body. That's always there. That ammo's always there. Then we're going to come out from here. And to the left, over here by these trees, is another safe. Right here. And that'll have a weapon and some ammo. And then from here, this guy always runs to there. And if you get too close to him, they'll freak out and charge you and do pretty good damage if you're not careful. So we'll just leave him alone. Now we're going to hear gunfire. It's going to start an event that's over here off to the left. We're not going to get involved. We're going to go behind this house and find the unfortunate Minuteman that's there and loot them for some nice ammo and potential armor. I'm going to pull them out. Somewhat indelicate, but that hat we like. I like the hat because it gives me charisma. There's the minute. You can see it gives charisma there. It doesn't give any armor or anything like that. And this is agility and perception. I'm not going to bother with that. And then we grabbed all the ammo that was there. So now what we're going to do is go inside the church. They might take some pot shots at us, but we're not concerned. We're just going in here. We're going up top to get our pipe pistol weapon. That's our... Oh, it's a bolt action. That is unfortunate. That's the first time I've seen it be bolt action. That is not useful to me at all. Well, I'll have to build mine outright unless I find one. That's fine. Well, it's not fine, but it is what it is. Bolt action's single shot. I don't want single shot. So we're going to go right here, and then we're going to hop up there if we can. Be careful, because it's a pain in the rear. And then we're up and over. Grab all these goodies right here. Slip through here. Grab that. Ooh, military grade, very nice. And then we don't have the power cell for this because we didn't go to the red rocket yet. Oh no, we do. I got one. All right. I didn't know I had a fusion core. I don't know where I picked it up at, but I'm glad I did. So we'll grab this. Grab here. Then we will save, of course, because we just did something wonderful. Right? And then we will go ahead and go back to Sanctuary. And that is how you spend your first hour. We've done a lot. We've got a full set of power armor. We've got the makings of another set of power armor, which will be a full set coming up in next episode. Actually, I'll show you where we're going to get another set of armor. Actually, it'll equal out to 2 sets of armor, honestly. So let's go ahead and get out of this. Take that fusion core out because that's what we do. And I don't know if we have any food. I did a bunch of looting, so maybe I do. Iguana on a stick, no. So that will go in this one. That's not at all what I wanted. I don't know why I did that. No, I gotta loot this garbage first. Okay. All right, I got you. I'm not mad. Go here, store all junk. Everything has its place. That's how I like it. You know, put your buff out in there. Got a lot of water. Very nice. Put my weapons over here that I don't need, which will be you guys, you, and I don't need you right now. I will get you later. Now you want to loot all of those, all the leather armors. This Raider stuff, not so much. You can't break it down. It doesn't sell well. It just takes up space. So generally, when I'm playing a non-modded game, I'm not even going to be picking this up unless I need to wear it until I find something better, which is the case here. Now, you do grab these because you break these down to get enough leather to be able to upgrade what you're wearing. Military fatigues are very nice. They're a 5 with a 2 agility, and if you compare that against what we're wearing, we've got a 5 and a 10. That's why I've still got this on. You can upgrade it pretty well, though, to be honest. Not too shabby. And then let's see, what else do I want to look at? Okay, and we'll just put the miscellaneous away. And we're done. That's that. Alrighty, my friends, I appreciate you hanging out. Really do. Hope everybody is surviving and thriving out there. Until next time, my friends, be good humans.